In a small village on the outskirts of Hyderabad lived a bright and ambitious boy named Aryan. His father, Raghu, was a man of iron will. For 20 long years, Raghu toiled under the scorching sun and through the biting rain. With calloused hands and unwavering determination, he turned barren land into a flourishing farm. Life was comfortable, but Raghu had a deadly weakness: betting. What started as harmless wagers soon consumed him. Despite his wife Mina's tearful pleas and Aryan's innocent protests, Raghu's obsession only grew. One fateful evening, drunk on overconfidence, Raghu placed a reckless bet, putting their entire farmland and home on the line. With a single turn of a card, everything was gone. The once proud farmer stood in stunned silence. The shock was too much for Raghu to bear. Within days, the weight of his failure crushed him and he passed away, leaving Aryan and Mina with nothing but memories and a few torn photographs. Thrust into poverty and despair, Aryan and his mother moved to the city. At just 15, Aryan became the man of the house. He took on menial jobs, delivering newspapers, washing dishes and selling flowers. His hands grew rough, his feet cracked, but his spirit remained unyielding. Despite the daily struggle, Aryan was determined to study. With borrowed dog-eared textbooks, he sat under dim streetlights, scribbling equations with trembling hands. His eyes burned with sleep deprivation, but he pushed through, fueled by his father's memory. At 18, his resilience paid off. He earned a scholarship for computer engineering. In college, he worked part-time at a tech startup, learning to code and building financial software. Every rupee he earned, he saved for his dream. After graduating, Aryan landed a job as a software developer at a multinational company. His dedication and brilliance earned him promotions and recognition, yet his heart longed for more, to create something meaningful. At 25, with his savings and a small loan, he launched a fintech startup, aiming to provide financial solutions for rural farmers, inspired by his father's struggles. The startup grew rapidly, revolutionizing rural banking. Within 5 years, his company was valued at millions. Years later, Aryan returned to the village that once cast him out. Dressed in a sharp black suit, he stepped out of his luxury car. With trembling hands, he held the ownership papers of the same farmland his father had lost. Tears welled in his eyes as he walked across the familiar soil, now his once again. Standing in the middle of the land, he closed his eyes, feeling the wind on his face, and whispered, "We're home, Dad. I made it." The boy who once slept on footpaths was now a man who owned acres of land, a thriving business, and the respect of thousands. His father's broken dream had become his own victory.